For years, Star Fox has felt like one of Nintendo's most forgotten franchises. It's a series that once pushed hardware to its limits and delivered some of the most memorable arcade-style action in gaming. But over time, it's drifted into the background, and these days, Fox McCloud is arguably more recognisable for his experiences in Super Smash Bros. Than his own games, but that might be about to change. A recent cameo in the Super Mario Galaxy movie has suddenly put Fox McCloud back in front of a mainstream audience. At the same time, leaker Nate the Hate has claimed a brand new Star Fox game is going to be announced this month, specifically in April 2026, and not through a traditional Nintendo Direct, but via Nintendo's new social-first marketing approach. Well, if that sounds unusual, it's because it is. The timing, the increased visibility, and the shift in how Nintendo delivers announcements all point to one thing: Star Fox could be getting a serious revival on the Nintendo Switch 2, and if it's true, this could be one of Nintendo's most important comebacks in years. Well, if you enjoyed this video or find it useful, hit that subscribe button down below for even more Nintendo content here on Power Up Direct. Okay, to understand why this moment matters, you have to go back to where Star Fox began. The original Star Fox, powered by the Super FX chip on the Super Nintendo, showcased 3D graphics and set a new bar for speed and scale in gaming at the time. Star Fox 64 then refined the formula with better controls, cinematic flair, you had branching narrative paths, and also memorable voice lines. It became the gold standard for the series, but after that, the series struggled to find a clear direction. Star Fox 2 introduced plenty of new features, but it was put on the shelf before release, only reappearing on Nintendo Switch Online years later. The potential in that game was clear, but the game never saw the light of day. Well, that pattern of potential continued. Nintendo tried motion controls and dual screens in Star Fox Zero on the Wii U, but instead of advancing the series, it alienated a lot of players. The controls, quite frankly, are awful. The pacing was off, and the game failed to reignite excitement for the franchise. And so since then, Fox McCloud and his team have largely been absent. Okay, next up, let's have a look at the leak, which is getting everyone's attention at the moment. So the current wave of excitement comes from Nate the Hate, a leaker with quite a strong track record predicting the future of Nintendo. According to Nate the Hate, a new Star Fox game is not only in development, but it's going to be revealed this month. So it does make a whole load of sense with Fox McCloud taking a starring role in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Fox McCloud at the moment is a hot commodity. I would imagine Nintendo want to capitalise on that. Nate the Hate also suggests the reveal won't happen during a Nintendo Direct. Instead, it could be announced through Nintendo's social platforms or its very own Nintendo Today app, something we've seen the company experiment with a little bit more frequently in recent months. Nintendo is clearly evolving its communication strategy. Instead of relying solely on major showcase events, it's now delivering announcements individually through its own social channels, such as its own official Nintendo Today app. This allows Nintendo to maintain direct control over the timing and focus of each announcement, potentially engaging audiences more effectively all throughout the year. So if Star Fox is revealed using this approach, it would highlight not only the game itself, but also Nintendo's intent to use targeted, platform-specific reveals for major news and events. And Star Fox might be the perfect franchise to test out that strategy. Well, what should a modern Star Fox actually look like? So according to the rumours, this new game could return to a classic style format, an on-rail shooter similar to Star Fox 64. Well, that sounds pretty promising right away because it taps into what fans already love about the series, but there is one key challenge here. What worked in the late 90s does not automatically work today. Modern players expect deeper systems, progression, and reasons to keep coming back. A straightforward, short arcade experience, no matter how polished, no matter how good it looks, might struggle to justify a full price release in 2026. Some of the more focused speculations suggest Star Fox could take cues from games like Hades 2, not with a top-down isometric view, but having a look at the roguelite genre, borrowing structural elements like repeatable runs, meaningful upgrades, and evolving narratives. Now, Star Fox already has a great foundation for this type of game. Even in Star Fox 64, your choices shaped your path through the game, saving allies, taking alternate routes, unlocking different outcomes. It already hinted at what we know as roguelike games, a dynamic, replayable structure, and imagine now if you consider expanding that dynamic structure into Star Fox's central gameplay loop. Could be very, very interesting. For example, you could have their main ship, the Great Fox, as the mission hub, your choice of wingmates, you could choose Falco or you could choose Peppy, and that could directly alter the gameplay abilities. Upgrades could carry over with each run, while dynamic encounters in the Lilac system ensure each playthrough is unique. That is how you could modernize Star Fox without losing its core identity. Star Fox is an interesting brand for Nintendo because it fills a gap in Nintendo's lineup that nothing really else covers. It's fast, it's cinematic, it leans into sci-fi action in a way that most Nintendo games don't. Outside of niche experiences, there's nothing else in their catalogue that really delivers that same feeling of speed and intensity. If Nintendo gets this right, Star Fox could become a core pillar of Nintendo franchises again, something that could sit alongside Mario and Zelda and Metroid as a distinct type of experience. But if they get it wrong, it does risk fading into obscurity for another decade, and given the series' history, both outcomes feel equally possible. Well, this is the challenge Nintendo has always faced with Star Fox. Every time they revisit the series, they either play it too safe, repeating the same ideas without enough innovation, or they push it too far in the wrong direction, introducing gimmicks that don't actually improve the experience. So this new game needs to keep the immediacy of its on-rails combat. It needs to keep the personalities of Fox, Falco, Slippy, and Peppy, but it also needs systems that feel modern, like progression, replayability, and variety to give players a reason to come back again and again. So if this rumoured game really is revealed this month, then it's going to be a good test of whether Nintendo finally understands what Star Fox should be in 2026. And if they do, this could be the comeback the series has needed for decades. Well, let me know in the comments what you think about Star Fox returning. Do you want to see it? What type of game do you want it to be? I would love to hear what you think. Well, that is it for this video today, looking at Star Fox returning in 2026. And as always, thank you so much for watching or for listening. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for even more Nintendo content here on Power Up Direct. Thanks again, I shall see you real soon.